Hey everyone, it's Wolfgang. I want to talk about turning $100,000 into $1,360,693 with one property. A commercial residential property came up for sale for $550,000. And we went and looked at it. We investigated it. It needed remodeling. The entire property needed remodeling. It was very dated. Most investors do not want to buy fixer-upper properties. Generally, they're investing for income. They want the income now. So the competition for a property like this that needed fixing up pretty much throughout the whole thing, kind of low. Because most investors prefer a turnkey property, something they can buy that starts generating income right away. So the issue with buyers when they see a fixer-upper property, one thing they're not sure about, there's some uncertainty about their ability to hire tradespeople, good tradespeople, in a timely fashion to finish the remodeling. You know, how long will that take? How many units are going to be offline for how long? And so without being able to predict those sorts of things, there was not a lot of competition. In fact, I don't think they had any other buyers for this property. It needed work. Not too popular, that type of property that needs work with no income, or that needed, to get the rents to the market, it needed remodeling. So we put down $100,000, and that was the down payment. We got a loan. And for this kind of situation, it's very beneficial to have remodeling skills. And if you got somebody in your family or your immediate circle that's got remodeling skills and they can patiently help you, if you lack the skills yourself, that can be a way to do it. In my case, a few years before this, I had bought a 9-unit apartment property that needed remodeling. And I described that particular property in a video on my channel. The video title is How to Turn $40,000 into $6,535,000. So you can find that on my channel. It describes that first property I bought. It was a fixer-upper. It needed work. I was a software engineer. I had no remodeling skills, no trade skills, whatsoever. So I sort of jumped into the fire on that property. I got friends and family to help with it, and all those skills that I learned, from remodeling that first property, it gave me the confidence to buy this one. I already had the experience, so I knew I had confidence I could do the same thing with this property. So we bought the place, $100,000 down, and if you're, a couple of other ways you can get the remodeling skills. You can buy a condo or a townhome or a house, a fixer-upper, and move into it, and then incrementally learn the remodeling skills as you live there. You need a place to stay anyway, so that's a really convenient way to learn the skills. YouTube has a lot of videos, and you can pick up the skills that way while you're living in the property. Okay, so we bought the property intending to remodel it and update it. We wanted to get the rents up to the market level, and the only way we could do that is if we remodeled it and updated it. So we had about half the units done and rented up within a few months, and the materials costs were pretty low. It was a few $1,000s of materials cost. We did not have to hire people to do the remodeling for us. Because we had those remodeling skills, we were able to do all the labor ourselves. And so our only expense was the materials cost, and it was pretty low. So a few months into this, we had half the units rented, remodeled and rented. So we were making income, and that gave us the ability to continue working on the other half of the units. So before the year was out, we had everything remodeled. The entire building was fully rented. If you do something like this, and you have to hire tradespeople, a word of caution: you do need to plan on, or at least you need to factor in the fact that if you're hiring tradespeople, it can be a little bit hard to predict how long it will take to finish the work, because their schedules can fluctuate over time. Something to keep in mind if you have to hire out the work. So we operated this property for 12 years. It was fully rented within the year that we bought it. At the market rents, at the higher rents, the highest rents we could get for the market at that time. And this was several years ago. But we operated the property for 12 years. And at the end of the second year, we took out a second loan on the property. We pulled money out. Now, the reason we were able to take money out of it, number one, we had done the remodeling. The building was more valuable because of that. And number two, it was fully rented at much higher market rents. So we were able to take out a second loan on the property. We bought more property with those proceeds. So 2 years into this, we're already taking money out and buying more property. So you can sort of daisy chain your purchases. You buy a fixer-upper, you fix it up, you take money out and buy the next one. So so ultimately, we ended up selling the property at the end of 12 years. Over the 12-year time period, the total rent we collected was $710,693. And that was on a $100,000 investment. And that's despite the fact that we bought another property and we were making money on that one too. So $710,000 in rents collected over that time. And the selling price for the property was $1,200,000. We bought it for $550,000. We sold it for $1,200,000. Not bad. And we made a profit over those 12 years on the sale of $650,000. Okay, so adding the selling profit to the rents collected, the total profit was $1,360,693 on a $100,000 investment. And so if you break that down, if you subtract off the initial down payment, the gross profit was $1,260,693. That's a 23.5% return, annual return, for the duration of the time we held the property. And that doesn't even include the profits we started making on that property. It was a fixer-upper too, it needed work, but over our 12-year holding period, we owned that one and kept it also and made money on that. So this is a conservative number. Now, the 30% operating expenses, generally, that's not included in this, but the tax write-offs and the, for the mortgage interest and also the depreciation, that's not included either. So it's probably a wash. So this is something to keep in mind for a pretty modest down payment, $100,000, and the confidence that we could turn the property around and get market rents out of it. We made a really good return. And this was a very stable, secure return because it's rental property. Rental property compared to stocks, what did the stock market do over those 12 years? It was all over the map. This was like year after year after year providing us rental income on our initial $100,000 down payment, and that doesn't even include the profit from the property we bought with the second loan. So I hope this inspires some confidence. If you do lack the remodeling skills, you can pick them up by buying a first property on a small scale, a home or a condo or a townhouse, and acquire those skills. And or get help from someone in your family, friends and family. And you can get started and you can make some really decent money. This is much more reliable in terms of the rate of return, in terms of the income, than almost anything else you could do in the stock market, as an example. This is money in your pocket every year. And for very little, relatively speaking, a relatively small upfront investment. So I hope this inspires some confidence. And I want to thank everyone for watching. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. Have a great day.